Looks like we're live. Congratulations, Wombat. You are first. Where the fuck is the audio fuck? That's weird. You thought my 3-on-3 debate in the Crucible was good? I thought that was a shit show. That was terrible. I mean, I did the best I possibly could, but yeah, I would have done better if it was just me versus 3 people. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that.
Everyone, today is going to be epic because I've got my slopestyle bike, 2 mountain bike wheels and 100 tennis balls, because today I'm going to be making a tennis ball tired mountain bike. Know how this idea actually came into my mind. Let's go back in time a little bit.
I've lost 43 pounds so far in about 4 weeks.
Man, I think I've got it in me for Wimbledon. Oh man, that looks so dusty. What did you do? Wait a minute. And that's how the idea for tennis ball tires came to my mind.
What did you think of Synth during the debate? He was probably the worst out of him and that other guy, Corinth. His big problem was anytime like Jim Bob would say something stupid, he would just go on a fucking ramble. And like anytime I tried to go onto the attack, ask them to name the trait, one of them would bring up like, oh, what about cell phones? Like a completely irrelevant topic. And then he would just go off and just steer the conversation in a completely different direction. It was so stupid. Like, he has no strategy when it comes to debating.
So, how are we going to fit these tennis balls to the wheel? Well, I want to drill a hole.
I'm not going to be doing a cutting series because I don't want to promote eating disorders. I'm eating practically nothing, so it would be really fucking stupid for me to make a series encouraging people to, like, eat nothing.
Through the tennis ball, then we're going to force that inside with a washer on it, and then we'll drill a hole all the way through this blank wheel here, and then we'll be able to stick each tennis ball on. We're going to need about 30 tennis balls per wheel, so let's try it with the first one. Boom. I think if we just do a little incision on there, we're going to put that in there like that, that in there, and with that like that, I'm just going to go through the valve hole to start it off. Easy. We'll just go around the whole wheel now, putting holes through like that. So let's put the next one in. Boom. That's hole 1 of 29 holes. Straight in. Starting to take.
How fucking long did that take him?
shape. We now need to do some cutting for the back wheel, but let's speed things up with a bit of magic. Here we go. There we go, look at that. Freshly done rear wheel. So we've got 2 wheels with tennis ball tyres on them. I think it's time to fit it and give it a try. Come on. We've now come to the next day and it's time to reveal the sickest thing I've ever seen. Behold the tennis tired bike. That looks so cool. For today's action, we've decided to come.
What up VG? I'm thinking of picking up a Pacelik PX6.
They're decent bikes for the price. And they have decent range. And they're fairly practical too. You can like mount storage to it and shit. So let me see. I know they changed one of the models so that it doesn't come with hydraulic brakes. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like they tried to make this cheaper by using mechanical brakes. Just when you get it, make sure you swap out the brakes with hydraulic brakes. They're Shimano compatible, so it's sort of a pain in the ass to actually replace the entire brake system because it has an electric signal that shuts the motor off when you brake, and it goes right to the controller. It's not one of the, like, you know, 2-pin that you can just unplug. So, yeah, just get Shimano compatible calipers. Oh, wait, you might not be able to do that. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that might be a problem. I don't know if I'd recommend this bike then, because I just realized if it's a mechanical brake, then you wouldn't be able to do that. There's no hydraulic line. Weird, it comes with a 7-speed shifter rather than a 9 like it used to. It says hydraulic disc brake, but when I look at the photo, I'm not sure if that is. That kind of looks to me like a mechanical. Maybe it is a hydraulic. Yeah, if it's a hydraulic anyway. You can just swap out the caliper and plug it into the lever. So I would just probably do that anyway, because the brakes it comes with aren't great. At least for the front. Yeah. Oh, no, it is a mechanical. Look at this shit. So, yeah, I'd either consider getting a different bike, or if you're savvy enough, swapping it out with an actual hydraulic. They might be saying hydraulic because there is actual hydraulic fluid in the brake itself. It's just that it's actuated by a mechanical lever. Just fucking stupid. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Then, okay, so one of the photos does show it has a hydraulic brake. I don't know. I'd look into that. Thanks for the donation there, Renee. Brian Burgess Berger donated $2.
That doesn't make me morally inconsistent because I didn't eat chicken. It simply
Oh my god, this is the biggest joke ever.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
fuck.
Wow.
Alright, so the reason rape is good is because, for example, like, in nature...
People are all fucking clowns, dude. Thanks for the donation though, Brian.
Yeah, sometimes I don't feel like riding to work on my road bike. Have 1,000 feet of elevation as a for the days in feeling lazy lol.
Yeah, another alternative. Another alternative would just to looks like they're using a mechanical brake as well. That's weird. I would maybe get the Luna folding bike. Maybe. Even though this uses mechanical brakes, I think this has an electric shutoff for the motor.
Hi VG. I saw your recent post on Insta and you look really good BTW smile. I'm starting to question your natty status lol. Also, check out this context-free look at the Senate's book ban hearing today.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that in a second. Thanks for the donation, dude. I'm pretty sure, since it's Luna, they're using a 2-pin for the brake, so you could easily take the brakes off, get an electric bike 2-pin hydraulic brake system, and you could put that on no problem. Whereas with the Payselec, because it's not a 2-pin and the wire goes straight to the controller, I don't know how it connects to the controller, so you're going to have to get possibly get some extra hardware for it. So it's just less of a pain in the ass. Like, unless you really need a rear rack or something, you might want to go with a Luna folder. It also doesn't use a chain. It uses a Gates carbon belt. So there's literally zero maintenance that you have to do on the bike, aside from take out the brake pads occasionally.
Got a new strap-on harness today.
Fisting, butt plugs, analingus, the spit or swallow decision.
I put some lube on and got him on his knees, and I began to slide into him from behind.
It was the first time I'd ever
By the way, they're talking about books for high school students.
touched a penis that wasn't my own.
Sexualize, sexually explicit material, sexually explicit content, sex.
I touched Doug Goebel's dick, and he touched mine.
This was my ass, and I was struggling to imagine someone inside me.
Cousins weren't supposed to do these things with cousins.
I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth.
Strap-on dildo blowjobs.
I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life, then I want you inside of me. End quote.
How do they not realize they're just fucking retarded? That's pretty fucking amazing.
Putin wants to space dock with Kim Jong. I wonder which is the docker and which is docky? Anyway, are we all fucked if they align in space? Would Elon help them? Never seen a three-way docking before.
Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin summit is looking likely to be held at a Russian spaceport, possibly today. And the North Korean leader is calling his Russia trip as a means of highlighting strategic ties with Moscow. Our North Korean Affairs correspondent Lee Dae-hyun with the details.
North Korea just wants money, cheap gas, food. They do not give two fucking shits about Russia.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said his first visit to Russia in 4 years was a distinctive expression to highlight the strategic importance of Pyongyang-Moscow relations. The train that Kim had taken to travel to Russia arrived in the border city of Hasan on Tuesday at 6 a.m. local time, according to the Northeast state-run Korean Central News Agency on Wednesday. Kim was greeted by Russian central and local government officials, including the Minister of Natural Resources and Environment and the governor of Primorsky Krai. The officials said that they were sent by Russian President Vladimir Putin to welcome Kim.
You know, I really hope that there's some disease there in Russia, like, I don't know, some new form of COVID that infects Kim Jong Un and then he dies. That'd be great. Oh, wait. Maybe I shouldn't have skipped that. Thought it was he who should not be named. Ugh. Dodo donate chillers, please react.
You have absolutely no idea.
Okay, I'll react to that in a minute. Thanks, Dodo. Caleb. I'll look at that in a minute. Thanks, Caleb. Kermit the Gay Frog donated $2. Was wondering if you're aware of Grace Thorpe's fucked up family history on YouTube. She's the insane bitch who told you vasectomies were unsexy and the risk of getting pregnant is she is an unhinged lunatic and her dad is likely a child molester. Holy fuck. I didn't know that about her. I don't know anything about her. I didn't even know who I was talking to. I thought it was just some random dumb bitch Destiny orbiter. Thank you for that 9014. Excellent spam as always. You know I'm trying to eat lettuce, Prismo. Yeah, just sit there. Kermit the Gay Frog donated $2. I was wondering if you're aware of Grace... Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, yeah. Brain fart. Russia's Putin called Elon Musk a talented businessman. Is that what you call him? Yeah, that takes talent to fuck up that bad. Just days after the SpaceX CEO rejected Ukraine's request to use the Starlink satellite network for an attack on Russian warships. Yeah, Elon wants innocent people to get murdered and to cause food shortages. How noble of him. I think Elon should be arrested for that, honestly. That is beyond fucked. Alright, this retardation.
Of anything when it comes to actually loving a woman. The only research that you've done in this area is purely on the attraction focus, how to attract the girl, and yet you know nothing about how to actually make her feel loved. So what do you bring to the table? It's time.
These are kind of things that you pretty much have to sort out and experience on your own. You can't really give people too much advice because everybody needs love in their own unique way. So
That someone hit young men with some realism these days, because so many young men are lonely, so many young men complain about the dating market. Oh yeah, women's standards are too high. But the truth is that honestly, a lot of us don't actually bring anything that women would be attracted to. Now, I'll just be totally honest and abrupt. I personally think that over 90% of men are pathetic, and I also believe that over 90% of women are pathetic, and I don't want to mix with them. But there are a
it's one thing I might agree with them on.
certain select few of men who actually can make a woman feel very loved. And these are not the men, by the way, that you see popping off on social media. These are not like the high value men who make money and stuff. That stuff is so irrelevant to any intelligent woman. That stuff is very irrelevant. You want to know what you could bring to the table that would actually set you apart, and it would be so much faster and more effective than you going down that materialistic path.
14 months strong, Finn would be proud. He would indeed. A lovely Finn badge, sir. What city e-bike would you recommend? The Lunicycle Eclipse folder is very nice. Again, I would just swap out the mechanical brakes when you get it. You can get, if you're getting actual hydraulic brakes, even like cheap shitty ones are still really good. Like all it is a hydraulic line pushing on brake pads, so you're gonna get roughly the same performance out of like practically any bicycle brake, roughly. So just swap it out with hydraulics. They don't have to be super expensive. You can get ones that are like less than $100 that are pretty good. They also have the banana bike. So if this is more your thing, so if you want like a pedelec bike, really good option.
Fucking delusional bodybuilder, check him out.
The best nutritional advice I was ever given was when it comes to health and food. Listen to all the advice they give you mainstream and do the exact opposite. They tell you that eggs are bad for you. Eggs are not bad for you. They'll tell you that salt is bad for you. That's a lie. You need sodium, which is
Really, they are censoring books for high schoolers, seriously.
This is all the Republican Party has, right? So they can't do anything when it comes to supporting workers' rights. They're attacking pregnant women. They're promoting fascism just in general. Like, what do they have to offer? So, like, the only thing they can do is try to get a moral panic created. Thanks for the donation, though, Matthew. This guy's retarded.
salt for muscle contraction. Almost every function in the body needs salt. We sweat salt.
So the recommendation for salt intake for most people, I think, is no more than 500 milligrams per day. They're not saying salt is bad. They're just saying too much salt is bad.
Piss salt, they tell you that you're allowed a certain amount of sugar. That's a lie. We don't need sugar in our diets. They're lying to you.
Again, if your diet has no more than 10% of calories coming from processed sugar, it doesn't seem to make a difference to your health. The dose makes the poison. So, like, what, you think if you have one single, like, grain of processed sugar in a day, that's going to kill you?
Sugar is what's causing a lot of the diseases that we got now. They tell you that 60% of your plate can be carbohydrates. That's a fucking lie as well. It's actually...
This is strange. The claim he is stating is they say 60% of your diet can be made up of carbohydrates. Operative word there being can. So yes, you can have 60% of your diet coming from carbohydrates.
If you have 60% fat, that'll be better for you.
I don't know why 60% fat would be better for you.
Than the carbohydrates. They tell you you should eat low-fat food. It's a lie. Anything that's low-fat, that's been made in the lab, throw it away. Don't eat it. It's not good for you. The only thing can have low-fat is maybe chicken breast, but that's meat. At least it's a single ingredient. Don't eat any processed thing that says low-fat. They tell you to eat little and often. Guys,
I think I'm just done with that video. It's fucking stupid. Calorie counting is a scam. This is going to be a good one.
Counting is a scam. They tell you it's about calories. That means you can eat anything you want. They make all this low-fat stuff. Guys, nothing low-fat belongs in the human body. They lie to you about calories.
What? I'm sorry? Nothing low-fat belongs in the human body. That's like literally every single fucking food.
It's whether your body is able to digest and use the food or not. It has never been about calories. The literature is coming out. If you're smart enough, look.
You can get fat eating literally anything. So, yeah, calories matter. I also notice he has a little thin weenie here.
Look online. If you buy cheese and says low fat, they've destroyed the food. They take the fat out of the food and to get it back to original taste. They add so many other things. It stabilizes thickness, emulsifies. Those things are not good for your gut.
They do not do anything to your
Don't let them
digestion.
lie to you. Calories are not important. It's whether your body is able to use the food to build.
Yeah, that guy is stupid.
Ways to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. Number one, eat more fats. Fat has been demonized and vilified for
Fat does not help you lose fat or build muscle.
years, but actually, fat is your body's preferred energy source because a gram of fat is 9 calories. I'm going to talk about the fats that you need to eat: avocados, olives, nuts, different types of nuts, cheese, even a bit of bacon and that. We talk about all the healthy fats: butter, olive
Healthy fat is every fat?
oil, cream, coconut oil. These are fats that you can use to build muscle. I know you guys have been told it's about carbs, but listen, when I started training, this is what I learned. You want to keep your insulin level low throughout the day. You do that by eating healthy fats. Trick number.
Like, he says this, he's clearly on gear. What does he think is contributing to his, like, nitrogen retention? Is it fat in his diet? Or the protein and steroids he's taking?
2, only eat animal protein. And please don't give me that bollocks about waste and animal protein. Come on, when you eat animal protein,
Only eat animal protein. That means you literally cannot eat any other food than meat. You'd have to be on a carnivore diet.
your body can absorb it and use it better.
That is false.
Animal protein comes with its own micronutrients
So do plants.
for your body to convert the calories from that into tissue. That's muscle tissue. The way protein that
Micronutrients do not seem to contribute to anabolism.
is available now, because protein is so expensive. The protein is all fillers and fillers and fillers. So you're not even getting a decent protein. Not that whey protein is the best, but now you got that with lots of fillers. So only
Okay, well, when this guy has a heart attack and his wife has to make the post on Instagram, so-and-so passed away, thanks for all the support for all these years, I'll do a nice little dance, maybe a tap dance. Spam, ZA, donate $2, Hamza, calling out Sneeko. Yeah.
Or am I another grifter video?
Up artistry and, you know, fucking loads of girls. You're seeing every single one of them now, like, conveniently just convert to Islam and just start saying, yeah, Islam's the way, bro. Yeah, 4 wives, 4. Shut up. Just shut the
Hamza did this. He did one of those grifting videos about Islam.
fuck up. You're a
Bomboka!
Dude. He did a grifting video on Islam.
Jeffrey is a racist. For some reason, he just hates people who believes in God. Now, of course, there's some normal atheists.
So, the title is literally Why I've Started Reading the Quran.
Yes, but Jeffrey is a hater. He spends his time on Reddit and in the YouTube comment section swearing at people. God doesn't exist. Come on, Jeffrey. People are entitled to their own beliefs. Adonis. When you think of Adonis, what kind of man do you think he would be? Would he be a Reddit atheist? Or would he be a godly man? Wouldn't a man like Adonis raise his children in a way to fear God? Wouldn't he prefer to have a woman whose whole community believes in God and follows a structured system to live their lives by? Adonis is a man of values and he gets that from his religion. I hated being brown-skinned. I hated identifying as a Muslim. I was born in Pakistan and we moved to the UK when I was just a few years old, and my jokes about my own race to my friends. I abandoned my race, my religion, my faith, my God, and I indulged in the pleasure experience, like all that the West has to offer, all these hedonistic pleasures, converting religious. Not yet. I've been atheist for literally most.
So, he's promoting Islam here. And then he makes a video saying how all these influencers are fucking trying to, like, do this grift. He literally grifted.
Go.
What a loser.
Degenerate. You can say that you've become a Muslim. They're still fucking girls, like, privately. They're still fucking the girls. They're telling you that they're Muslim now. They're still fucking when you're not, like, when they're not posting on social media. They're still drinking. They're still partying. They're still, like doing all the...
Doesn't he say that he's a Muslim?
Haram shit, and they're convincing all the Muslims that, like, yeah, see, I'm one of you guys. Please give me support. Horrible, dirty, dirty men. And what a shame that they've infiltrated our space. What a shame that like young guys who are actually trying to improve themselves, young guys who are actually trying to become like men of character, men of value, are being contaminated with their message. What a shame.
Dude, this is hilarious. So again, he made a fucking video recently talking about how where was it? It might have been on his main channel. About how he went to Mexico and was fucking some girl in public. And then he's criticizing Sneeko for, like, claiming he's Muslim, even though he did the same thing.
If I had to choose a food other than hot microwaved logs of feces, it would be a gun food. Lots of thick brown and green gloopy options that remind me of the good stuff. But for now, I'll settle on my bubbling poop porridge. Come over and I'll make you some.
Thanks for the offer. I'll maybe take you up on that. Thanks for the nation microwave poop.
They are so fucking pathetic.
Yes, they are. Thanks for the donation, Matthew.
I love this doctor's response to that steroid user's claims and his pathetic attempt to attack the doctor who debunked him, lol.
After 8, time for school. I don't know where you educated yourself from.
Well, Eddie calls me out again. This'll be fun. Before we dive into his video, I want to point you to the fact that he provides no objective evidence or data, he simply relies on feelings. Time school.
Do you create insulin resistance? By fucking about with your blood sugar, constantly eating sugar, bringing it up and down, eating crappy food. And the second thing is by clogging up your liver with...
The more sugar you eat in your diet, probably the less insulin resistant you are.
Fucking fructose. Where do you get fructose from? Mainly in fruit.
So his first mistake is fructose causes insulin resistance by clogging up your liver. Now, this is quickly disproven simply by the fact that we have dozens of randomized control trials on humans showing that when you substitute fructose with glucose or sucrose, it doesn't lead to a worsening in any cardiometabolic blood marker. If fructose did clog up your liver independent of calories, then we would see some differences in blood markers, but we don't. So that's a fat steroid-infused L for Eddie. Oh, and for further proof that fruit doesn't clog up or fatten your liver, we have another meta-analysis showing that overall fruit consumption does not increase the likelihood of fatty liver disease. Then he said fructose mainly comes from fruit. That's simply not true. I literally showed him in my last video response that the majority of fruits are made up of less than 50% fructose. So how on earth can you say fruits are the problem when it makes up the minority of sugars found in fruit?
That's where you are ignorant. You should be giving people the right information about food instead of telling people, oh, it's alright to eat this. Shut the front door. Fuck my back door. That's not how it works.
No matter how much this guy screams into the camera, inviting people to enter his back door, we literally just proved that fructose doesn't cause insulin resistance independent of calories. But anyway, moving on.
If you're trying to lose body fat, don't listen to this fucking idiot. What you need to do is to cut down on your fruit.
Once again, I've already shown him this, but in case he struggles with reading, let me help him out. This systematic review included 26 randomized control trials, found that higher quality studies suggest that increasing whole fresh fruit consumption promotes weight maintenance or modest weight loss over periods of 3 to 24 weeks. Consistent with this, single meal RCT suggests that consuming whole fresh fruit tends to decrease energy intake, particularly when consumed prior to a meal or when displacing more energy-dense foods. Oh, and there's more. Over 30 prospective observational studies suggest that habitually higher fruit intake is not associated with weight change, or is associated with modest protection against weight gain over 5 or more years.
Educate yourself, so listen to people who are sitting on social media trying to make it sound cool by giving you the fucking information that they think you want to hear. Don't listen to him. It's chat shit. Now, class dismissed, little boy.
You know, the ironic thing about a lot of these steroid-injecting gym bros is that they often feel the need to just shout, swear, and be rude to compensate for their tiny little egos and low self-esteem. Oh, and by the way, that's also backed by research. So either you can listen to the guy jumping around in his chair, swearing, name-calling, inviting people into his back door, and speaking entirely from feelings and not evidence, or you can listen to the actual medical professional who's trained in nutrition research that always cites his sources so you can check them for yourself and speaks from facts and data.
Yeah, that dude's a full-fledged retard. He's literally claiming fruit is bad for you. That's some Cali muscle shit. Even Cali doesn't do that anymore.
Really, man, what is it with all the YouTubers being pedos these days?
I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you. Thanks for the donation, Matthew. Mike donated to ours. Does Joe Rogan have a point, or is he on crack?
When you look at the policies and the attacks on whistleblowers and drone strikes and all the other shit that happened during that administration and the coup.
Well, wasn't it only Bradley Manning who ended up coming out as trans and claimed she was Chelsea Manning? And that other guy who ran WikiLeaks, Julian Assange. I don't understand how he could be tried for treason in the U.S. when he's not even a U.S. citizen. Like, that's fucking crazy to me. But yeah, the thing with Chelsea Manning, the reason she got charged was because she didn't go through the proper chain of command to release data. It was classified information. She claimed that she did go through the proper chain of command and they just wouldn't listen or do anything about it. So yeah, I think that is a fucked situation with Chelsea Manning and Julian Assange. But I mean, Obama didn't really do anything to harm free speech. Like, look at Trump. I mean, he's attacked people who've been exonerated of crimes, taken out, like, several page ads claiming they should still be in jail.
And Russia, and like, there's a lot that's, from a foreign policy perspective, that's very similar to what George Bush was doing. But what they were doing was highlighting social justice issues that came about during his administration, largely obscured the fact that the foreign policies were very similar to what George Bush was doing.
That is roughly true. It's not totally stupid, but roughly true.
Because everyone online is telling you, okay, this is how you attract a girl. You make the muscle, you make the money, you learn how to take the good pictures and everything. And this is just attraction. It's like, it's kind.
Oh boy. This is what you call an incel, or more specifically a gym cell. If you think going to the gym, working out, and getting muscles and taking good pictures is going to help you get good girls, you will have a rude awakening. I genuinely do not know if this guy has ever gotten laid in his life, because every fucking story he ever shares about sex, he's lying, clearly. Yeah, like, improving your looks is obviously, you know, gonna be beneficial for you and shit, but, like, he's literally claiming, look good, take good photos, now you have a girlfriend. Like, absolute retard.
Kind of nice to know these things, but the truth is that you're going to struggle. If on the best case scenario, you actually do attract the girl, you'll fuck it up. Because once you've got her, this is when you don't know what to do after that.
Yeah, I think you skipped a step. You don't get a girlfriend just because you go to the gym.
I want to know what you could bring to the table. Pure masculinity. What is masculinity?
Does masculinity have anything to do with that gay necklace you're wearing?
In the modern Western culture, it's all about like this sort of fake.
Oh my god. I just realized. He's wearing a hat that says Adonis. Bro. This guy would get laughed at if he goes up and talks to girls.
For everyone that they cared about years ago, but they keep making more money because it all comes out of insecurity and ego, which is a problem that they still haven't like faced yet. They haven't been able to dissolve the need for like other people's validation. It's not these real world things that will maintain and grow her love. It's the weirdly spiritual things that you and I barely understand. It's matching her emotional intensity with your consciousness.
No, I think it has more to do with you spending time with her, having, similar interests, just having a good time. That's kind of how relationships are built. I genuinely think this guy has never had a girlfriend, honestly. For him to say the stupid shit, like, rather than just say, like, make sure you spend time with her, take her out, give her attention, because women like, attention. You don't have to smother her, but, make sure you go out of your way to give her some attention to make her feel special. You have to align your spiritual energy, and women, they're stupid and dumb, and they have this dumb energy, and you have to match that with the masculine energy. Like, bro.
Do you even understand what that means? Let me say that again, and you try to comprehend what I just said. It's matching her emotional intensity with your consciousness. You probably have no idea what that means, but if you did, you'd be...
I don't think you know what that means. There's no way he even knows what that means.
Able to maintain and grow her love for you. Again, if you just want to...
I don't like to get hit, but if I had to box Sneeko or Myron, I would. Myron said I wouldn't say shit to his face. He doesn't know I trained in Thailand.
Myron is a complete pussy pushover who's scared of fighting anybody. He wouldn't fight anyone. No one. So... yeah, he'd just back down as soon as somebody either calls his bluff or challenges him. Thanks for the donation, though, Fake Hamza. Appreciate it.
Attract, like, dumb women, the 90% of women, then you don't have to follow this advice. Just get a six-pack, get a towel, take your clothes off, put the towel in front of your dick, take a picture where you look sexy, post it on Instagram, post it on Tinder. You'll get 10 times more matches than you usually will, and you will be able to attract some, like, degenerate girl, and you can get this...
No. That's not really how that works. If you actually look at the Tinder profiles that and photos that are most successful, it's usually candid photos that aren't overly well developed. So like they're with a cell phone. They're either selfies or somebody takes them for you. And you're just casually dressed, but you look nice. Most girls are not going to be interested in, what's the fucking technical term for it? I don't know, the sexy baiting thing. So, no. Like, again, try that, see how far it gets you. It's not going to get you very far.
Stinky hole that you've chased after. But if that's the path you've got to go down, I would recommend one thing.
Yeah,
the next time you've got one of these dumb women that you didn't actually want to be with, but you just think that, I've got to get girls, right? The next time she spreads her legs for you, look at it and ask yourself, is this what I've been chasing? Is this what I've been working so hard for? Because when you develop more standards than all these like male...
Yeah, because the only reason you'd go to the gym and work out is, to get girls. Not for health or to get stronger, for practical reasons, or because it makes you more confident and feel better about yourself. Not because it makes you feel better, will help you live longer.
Hey baby, what's your hat say? It says Adonis my girl. Who's Adonis? Oh, he's this insanely gay cartoon I made up because I'm so insecure about myself that I had to create a caricature to jerk off to and sell to my gay teen audience. Then the panties drop.
Yes, very astute observation. Thanks for the donation, Adam.
Male influencers are trying to get you to get these likes on Instagram and these matches on Tinder. When you're tired of these low quality women and you want to start dating the higher quality ones, not just on physical appearance, but the women who are actually like wholesome, the women who are intelligent, the women who aren't just after like the high value man who smokes a cigar pretending to be like.
And I'm assuming none of these women have an interest in you, right?
Fucking Andrew Tate. When you want to attract more of these wholesome, more spiritual, more loving women, undamaged women who aren't very materialistic, women who won't think that you should buy them the expensive handbag.
Right. That's why you need to make so much money and, go to the gym and work out so that you're like as best looking as you can be and as rich as you can be so that you can attract a woman who doesn't care about your looks or money. Like, none of his ideas are congruent with one another. Like, he's talking about finding a down-to-earth woman who cares about you for who you are, isn't interested in material things and money, but make sure you get as rich as possible and are as good-looking as possible to attract a girl who doesn't care about your looks and money and only cares about you. You might be adding a few unnecessary steps here.
When you want to attract these women, they're not looking for the bank balance. They're looking at you and their subconscious can tell if you're present or if you're mind wandering. They can literally tell when you've had a thought in your brain, and the moment that you get a thought in your brain, which happens probably 500,000 times a day, right? The moment you get a thought in your brain, these kinds of women will be less attracted to you because they want to date a man who is conscious. They want to date a man who is pure and present. And so when you're having sex with...
I think they want to date a dude who's, like, nice and not retarded. Maybe that's what they're looking for. Kid Boo donated $2. Won't enforce governor's ban on carrying weapons. Well, no shit. Not only is it unconstitutional, but there's no logical basis for the ban, and there's no resources to even conduct the ban. So, like, why? Just why? Hilarious.
The Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office will not enforce this segment of the order. While I understand the urgency, the temporary ban challenges the foundations of our Constitution, but most importantly, it is unconstitutional. My oath was to protect the Constitution, and that is what I will do. The governor made it clear in her press conference. She knew we as law enforcement did not agree with the order, and as a result, this was solely her decision. Other than this ban being unconstitutional, here are other reasons why I will not enforce the order. One, what many forget, is I have enough violence here in Bernalillo County. I do not want to have political violence towards my deputies or here in Bernalillo County. My job is to keep the peace and to make sure that the citizens of Bernalillo County...
Oh, dude, it's dangerous as fuck collecting firearms. No police want to do it. Actually, if you look at other countries that have had an NFA where they forcibly took away weapons, they actually tried to avoid using the police and they'd get other agencies to do it. And that's why in Canada, the recent ban on handguns and rifles, they're basically grandfathering people in where you get to keep your firearms because, again, there's nowhere near enough resources and willingness from police to take the risk to actually confiscate these weapons.
are safe, and I do not believe that this order will help me do so. I'm a law enforcement professional. This order will not do anything to curb gun violence other than punish law-abiding citizens from their constitutional right to self-defense. It is quite irritating for me to see how this 30-day ban completely overshadowed the robust conversations that we had with the governor in the office on what we are going to do to curb gun violence and for people to stop being victims. I am respectfully requesting, as an elected official, to please consider a special session to specifically address crime, not just in Bernalillo County, but for the state of New Mexico. I will also be contacting federal entities such as the FBI and the U.S. Attorney to assist us and make sure we work as a team to curb gun violence and so many other crimes that we see in Bernalillo County.
Based. That governor is stupid as fuck, bro. You know, it really shows too, I think particularly in the UK and Canada, there's a huge cultural divide between people in government and people who, you know, are normies who just exist. They come from like really rich backgrounds. They've lived sheltered lives, like Trudeau. He came from a really rich family and his father was a former prime minister as well. Like, this is the fucking jackass who's, you know, advocating for a firearms ban. A fucking dickhole who's walked around with private security his entire life, who's, you know, lived a life of luxury. And they just think they know best on how to control, like, the population and tell you what you can and can't do. Hunter Toby donated $2. Did you watch Lifting Vegan Logic's interview with Rationality Rules? I wish he would talk with you. Rationality Rules. I don't think he ever would because he knows I would not be polite.
You are cool.
Arguments debunked. Maybe we can take a look at that later. Either later tonight or on another stream. I might actually make that the main thing on next stream. It's just really long, and it's already late. Thanks for the donation, though, Toby.
One of these women, guess what happens? When you start to fantasize about a different girl, which is what a normal experience is for a lot of men, these women will be...
It's normal to like pretty girls? Thank you for telling me that. I thought I was, like, weird or something for, you know, going out in public and seeing, like, a cute girl and being like, damn, she's pretty hot when I already have a wife. But thank you. Now I know that's normal.
Be disgusted by you because they'll be able to pick up on that. This is the kind of, like, high-quality woman which is barely spoken about these...
Buddy, are you literally on fucking crack? Usually what happens is if a woman notices you're paying attention to some other girl, she's just going to get jealous. And half the time, she's going to try harder herself to get your attention. The other half of the time, she'll get mad at you and then try harder later. Like, give me a fucking break. This is just how things work. Women need relationships kind of like how men need sex. Maybe not quite to the same degree, but that's really what women want. They want a relationship. And women will use sex in order to get and maintain a relationship. And men will use relationships to get sex. So, like, when you're in a relationship, you have a girlfriend, or if it's progressed to that level, like a wife, and you're looking at other girls, what's going through her mind is, how can I maintain this relationship? Not, wow, you're a fucking asshole. I'm gonna, like, leave you if you're attracted to other women. No. She's just gonna find ways to make sure that your attention stays on her, and again, most of the time, women are going to use sex in order to make sure your attention stays on them. Like this guy like knows nothing. He doesn't know anything about women.
These days, all the guys in my space only speak about these sort of like Instagram model girls, like these shallow, like attractive on.
What camera do I use? I use the Sony A6500, which let me take a look. On eBay, these are currently
This is a
going-
random dirty comment, but my fantasy is I want lean beef patty to take a nice hot shower, and once she gets out I want her steaming body to sit on my face and dry off.
She's not vegan, so this is just me. I need ass during sex to some degree. To be able to either sniff it, poke around in it, roll my tongue around it, something during sex. And I cannot imagine doing that to somebody whose asshole is stuffed with rotting dead animal corpses. So I don't really fantasize about lean beef patty in that kind of way. She's hot, but yeah, just not really for me. Thanks for the donation though, Son Goku. Yeah, so the Sony A6500, if you get it used, it's generally seems to be like around $500-ish. There's people selling kits and stuff with it. But, fairly affordable given the quality. It has extremely good autofocus. Even though it's a few years old at this point, it's still like class-leading autofocus. You can also get used lenses that are good. Just make sure you get a constant aperture lens. Don't get a kit lens that's like 3.5 to 5.6. Get something that is like f4 all the way through, or f2.8, but that's going to be more expensive. Just look for a lens that's f4 through the focal range. So relatively inexpensive. If you really need a camera, Aaron, that's good quality, I would look for, I think it's called a Canon GX9 used. I think it's the GX9. Yeah, so this has a built-in camera lens, but it has good autofocus and it has really good video quality. Let me just make sure for you. Canon G9X for cinematic video. I think this is one of the earlier, one of the earlier models. G9X video sample. It's pretty good in low light. I think it does have a 2.8 aperture lens. It's not bad. You can, like, there's a Mark II, Mark III. I think they've gone up to like Mark VI or something. You might want to look into that. If you're looking for a camera. G7X. Okay, look at, I can't remember exactly, but look at some of the Canon G7 or G9X cameras. And again, buy used. There's no point buying new.
On the outside, but just dead and empty on the inside. And I thought this was cope for a long time. I thought I was just coping, saying like, yeah, those hot girls are just dead, like being a guy who couldn't get one. When you start to experience it, you realize that that wasn't a cope, that actually, like, there's still very attractive girls.
Thank you for that 9014. Appreciate the donation, sir. I believe the phenomena that he's trying to explain here is when you meet a girl, and this will be true for all women, not just pretty girls. All girls kind of are like this. You'll talk to them and find out they have no interests or hobbies. I don't know why this is so common among women, but so many women have no interests or hobbies. They might like watching shitty movies on Netflix, like, you know, rom-coms. They might like going to the bar with their friends or having like nights out. But aside from that, like, they're just not interested in anything. They're not interested in going to the gym or hiking or rollerblading or mountain biking or motorcycles, cars, League of Legends, video games, Call of Duty, Magic the Gathering, board games, chess, like nothing. And then you're in the situation where you're like, what the fuck am I going to do with this person? And you kind of look at them as like, why am I even spending time with you? That's true of like not all women, but I mean, that's true of a lot of women across the beauty range. Just for whatever reason, a lot of women just have no interests or hobbies, and they don't like appreciate anything. They're the kind of fucking morons who will tell you they can't tell the difference between 4K and 1080p. Like, they just cannot appreciate shit. So, again, that's just something you're going to encounter with women across the beauty spectrum. It's not just pretty girls. This is just a dumb idea he has because he has no experience with women. If he's actually gone on dates with girls, he would have, like, figured this out by now.
Synth seems fairly intelligent and is a decent debater, but I think some of his positions are antithetical to veganism. Also, bear jail, 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 bear jail.
I don't really know the guy at all, so I don't know what ideas he has that are antithetical to veganism. The moral realism stuff I totally disagree with, and I don't know, depending on his takes, might be antithetical, but I'm not sure. I don't know him at all. Thanks for the donation, though, Dreamsation.
Check out this video of a black guy going into the most racist town in the USA and getting reactions from the folk there. It is Harrison, Arkansas BTW.
Let me take a look. Most racist town.
Order a sign.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Do you want to still keep it?
No, I don't want it to keep it.
I can just leave it right over there if you want.
Unless you put it in the trash can, do not leave it here. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I was just dropping off your signs. My boss said it was this address.
You realize the Ku Klux Klan is still prevalent.
Do you want these signs here or no?
Honey, we have no problem.
This is a fucked up town.
Is it?
Totally. It's a
Whoa.
sad situation, but
Oh. That okay, that makes
I
sense.
don't want to start a riot.
And good luck to you, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
No.
this town is just
So just
Whoa, they're afraid of fucking, like, racists attacking them.
be safe.
you're safe where you are, but
Okay.
they are still very aggressive.
Jesus.
I just dropped off your sign just to let you guys know.
What sign's that?
Did you guys not order it?
Yeah, we didn't order.
Oh,
No, we ain't ordering no shit like that. No, you can go ahead and get off.
I did not order.
Yeah, that's creepy. Thanks for the donation, Bend Over.
But most of the girls that these sort of seemingly attractive, high-value men are getting, they're not women that you actually would want to spend your time with. They're more of a headache.
Most women are not women you'd want to spend any time with because they're fucking boring, okay? Most women are fucking boring. So this is why I tell people don't focus on looks so much. There's so many fucking videos of like, you know, pickup artists and shit telling you how to get a girl who's like 9 out of 10 or above, or 10 out of 10, like super gorgeous, good looking girls. What you really want to do is just find women that you find attractive. Like, if you think she's pretty and cute and you can get your dick hard with her, that's all you need. And then look for girls that are actually interesting to be around, that have hobbies and similar interests. So yeah, he's kind of onto something here, but you don't want to just focus on looks. It's stupid. If you just focus on looks, you will get bored so quickly. And again, a lot of dudes are shallow, but they're not that shallow to where they can actually tolerate somebody who has no interests, no hobbies, like cannot appreciate anything, and they're just something pretty to look at. Like, that's why porn exists.
Harda. You. Don't forget about the John Venus and Frank emojis, please. Harda. You. I see you have broccoli sprouts growing off your chest. Harda. You.
I do. That's what happens when you're vegan. Let me take a look at these links. Oh my god. The cat is friends with the lizard?
His attention. In the morning, Atlas runs straight to Junior's enclosure. She is sitting in the front, waiting for him to come down and say hi to her.
Wow.
She is in love.
Oh,
What I
that's
think
a
is
nice
really unique
lizard.
with their relationship as well is that when they're apart, they act very differently than when they're together. Atlas loves to be mischievous. Are you serious? She's definitely a clown. But for some reason, when she's around Junior, she just becomes this very calm cat.
Wow.
Junior is
God,
kind
you're
of
eating
territorial,
lettuce.
so he'll act big and bad. But as soon as he interacts with her, he turns into this like super derpy little lizard. They're in love
That's
with
really
each other.
cute.
I think that's just so sweet.
That's cute how they're friends. I like it when animals are friends. Thanks for the donation, Mac.
Than they're worth. They subtract more from your life than they give. And so when you want one of those actual, genuine, feminine, loving women, the ones who aren't horrible to be around, the ones who are pleasant to be around, the ones who will nurture your energy in such a beautiful, magnificent way, the one who you will feel like a powerful, present man that you couldn't help but to your gaze when you look at her just squint in such an attractive way that you speak with this deeper, more spiritual, philosophical way. When you want...
Yeah, here's a pro tip. Rather than... You can obviously approach women. That's fine, but rather than just approaching women based on their looks or going to a club and singling out the prettiest girls, try to talk to girls who are doing things. So if you see a girl like riding a bike and she kind of seems serious about bike riding, so she has like bike shorts on, has like a good road bike or mountain bike or something, talk to her. Or if you like, you know, meet a girl online somehow and she plays like Call of Duty or something, talk to her. That's a pro tip, because then you're guaranteed to actually find a girl who has interests. They might not perfectly align with yours, but they might be like somewhat interesting to be around.
Maui and Joey in the window.
Oh my god. Don't want to dox you on your Facebook page, so I'm just gonna watch this off screen.
Look who's in the window. I wonder who's in the window. Could it be my two cats in the window? Look at my kids.
Oh my
in the
god.
window. Look at
Those
my
are two
kids.
cats in the window, and one of them's orange. Wow. Those are some good meowy kitties.
Hi.
Very
hi, my
handsome.
love.
And
I'm
very
your
orange.
precious. Uh-oh.
Thank you for that, Viva Mao. Appreciate it.
I just love how I tried to warn my one black coworker that the NAACP chapter in Florida issued a travel advisory warning due to DeSantis's racist policies, and she still goes. But she was about to go to Alabama and I told her about the KKK and she didn't go. LMFAO.
I don't know why people are so hyped about places like Florida. Like, unless you're gonna go to Disney World and stay, like, at a resort, just why bother going? Thanks for that donation, Ben.
Want that kind of relationship, well then you can't be a normal guy. You can't be acting like 90% of guys. And what are 90% of guys after? Think about it. What are the goals of the 90% of guys?
90% of guys want a pretty girl who will play video games with them.
They're the exact same as yours. You have the same goals as the 90%, don't you? They want to make muscle, they want to make money, they want to get girls, they want to get more likes on Instagram. They're the same goals as you. And this is why you're still struggling, because you still act like the 90%. And I don't blame you, because you see so many of these fake influencers, these celebrities online talking about how to get girls.
Speaking of
how to be a top G, how to be a high value man, and they're all just feeding you bullshit. They're all telling you, yeah, you need money to get girls. And by the way, I've got a money programmer. Yeah, go click the link in the description, guys.
He has a money program. It's even linked here. Transform into a modern-day Adonis and build a $3,000 per month business in 6 months or less guaranteed. I think he actually used to have it say $10,000 a month. He just recently changed it. He's saying this while he's doing the same fucking scam that he's warning people of.
Guys, when actually the kind of woman you probably want in your life is not the one who would enter your life just because you made more money recently. You would probably want the kind.
Right, that's why you're telling guys to look as attractive and have as much money as possible so that they can get a girl who doesn't care about those things.
Kind of woman who would love you as much if you were broke. Now, you wouldn't want some woman to have like low standards, but you would want her love not to be based on material possessions. You would want her love to be based on your personality, your energy, your purpose, your mission. That you could be a starving artist and she would still love you as much as she does right now. That you could be a billionaire, but she wouldn't love you unless you were there present and loving with her.
Dude, I just realized, I think this video is a cope and like a cry for help, because the only girls who are willing to date him are girls who will date him because of his YouTube channel and they figure he has money. That's gotta be why he's making this video. Say Wally, donate $2, do your dogs get the zombies? Or, I think you meant Zoom. Yeah, Zoomies. I read that wrong. Those are some pretty extreme Zoomies. Not quite that bad, but they do get Zoomies. So does the cat. Wow. Yeah, our dogs are more cuddle potatoes. But they do get Zoomies sometimes. That's a nice pit bull. Very cuddly. Thanks for that donation, dude.
You want to know a little secret what a lot of guys don't speak about? Billionaires get divorced. Millionaires get cheated on. World star athletes get cheated on by their girlfriends and wives, and those girlfriends and wives get pregnant from some random other guy. And they
by the way, these billionaires, millionaires, and football players and world-class athletes, they're also the ones who are cheating on their partners. Like, look at Tiger Woods.
They make this world-class athlete, like, they make him believe that he's the father. That's one of the worst things that could happen. Like, you raise a child that's not even yours and this woman has deceived you, right? And these men are millionaires. They've got huge levels of status that you and I might not ever get to, and they're still getting cheated on. Men who have been working for 12 hours a day for decades are still getting cheated on and divorced. Why? Because women don't give a fuck about your material possessions.
Well, clearly they do. It's just there's a number of factors for why these people cheat. It's not as simple as, oh, they're with them for money, so they ended up cheating. There's a variety of factors.
Who wins Toe Hamza or Myron in a boxing match? I think Myron is stronger. I know this for certain. I am Hamza's necklace.
Well, Hamza has done kickboxing training, and I've seen him spar, and he's not terrible. So I would put my money on Hamza personally. Like the thing with Myron, he might be stronger, but he trains like an absolute fucking pussy, and he is in fact an absolute pussy. He made a video, it was like a vlog, where he pretended to get into a fight with somebody. It was really retarded. He's also like challenged Preach to a boxing match and then backed out of it when Preach accepted. So like the guy has no balls whatsoever. So I would put my money on Hamza personally, even though, you know, he's a fucking goofball. Thanks for that donation though, Hamza's necklace.
I will rephrase that. Loving women don't. A woman who doesn't love you cares a lot about that material possession.
Oh my god.
A woman who's got like skewed values. The woman who wants the handbag.
Okay, ask, like, if you have enough male friends, you're gonna find this to be true. You can love somebody and cheat on them. That does happen. It's just like, again, other interests kind of take over in some of these instances. So you can love somebody and cheat on them. It's like, again, cheating can be complex. It's not as simple as they don't love you and they're only with you for money. Bootycom donated $2. Let me see. Dog has not figured out the mirror. You know, all of my animals can recognize themselves in the mirror. Prismo, Mai, Faye, they all recognize themselves in the mirror and they don't do this. Thanks for the donation though, Bootycum. And Mike donated $2. What about Tucker? Let me see what this is about.
Ruling party is the party of the childless, the unmarried, the people who are working for low wages for large corporations and living in tiny apartments in overcrowded cities that are rife with crime, working for big nonprofits or big banks, living in crowded conditions, very often alone, in big soulless cities, spending their time glued to a screen. What does that sound like to you? It sounds like prison, actually. Well, that's the life of your average Democratic
I don't think Tucker's ever been in prison.
voter. The ruling party.
That's the average life of an American. Sorry to tell you, Tucker. By the way, this guy grew up a millionaire. He came from a millionaire household. So, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Thanks for the donation though, Mike.
Do you know that as I look into the stupid conspiracy theories that retards believe in, like for instance, QAnon, lizard people controlling the government, etc., they seem to almost all have dog whistles that are anti-Semitic and reinforcing stereotypes. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, they're all racist. Like, again, people who are kind of stupid and lack reasoning skills are probably more likely to be racist. Thanks for the donation though, Ben. Bootycum donated $2.
Hello, maniacs. Hello, everyone on this earth.
Oh, I gotta send Vegan Booty.
I would like to take this opportunity to mention Vegan Booty, who, not to be confused with the Haitian Vegan Booty, who is a J Masters 500-pound bench press lift, raw lift, by the way, at Boynton Beach Barbell a few years ago. I'm talking about the blonde, the gal. Why does she go and protest, say for instance, Latin restaurants, Italian restaurants, Islamic restaurants, but she refuses to go to a Black, Caribbean, or African themed restaurant? And I've been getting quite a few DMs of why she does this, and she's apparently, she needs to come clean. So maniacs and everyone else around the world,
I don't know how many black-owned Caribbean restaurants there are in Australia. I would imagine not very many.
Get on.
And by the way, the restaurants she's protested for specific reasons, not just because they're restaurants.
On Vegan Booty's Instagram and tell her we want to see her and her group protest a black-themed, Caribbean-themed restaurant. It's about time. I thought we all got along here on the internet. I thought we were colorblind, but until I see you do it, Vegan Booty. And by the way, there's only one Vegan Booty in my book, and that's the one at Jay's contest, but much bigger booty than yours, plus she's a vegan, and she's a powerlifter. So put your money where your mouth is, Vegan Booty, because Big Lenny said so.
Yeah. So Tash says she already saw that video. That's funny. All right. Well, thanks, Booty Chem.
If you think that working hard and building money and providing for her is going to keep her faithful to you, you've been sold a lie. And it sounds crazy what I'm saying. It really sounds crazy. I'm saying that a woman might still cheat on you even though you've been working hard to provide for her. That's wrong, right? Well, it's only wrong if you believe that women should be a certain kind of way that they're not. Because a woman genuinely, like
again, this doesn't make any sense. This guy's promoted this idea to get women on the basis of making a lot of money and looking good. And now he's saying, yeah, try not to get those women that I've been telling you to get by looking good and making money. Hey, Andrew, not much is going on. We're just reacting to stupid shit.
they care very little of you providing and making money. They really, really care very little. You've been sold a lie. You've seen these disgusting Fresh and Fit podcasts, Red Pill podcasts, where they bring in stupid, unintelligent women and they ask them like, so what does a guy need? And they'll say like, oh yeah, 100K, 200K. And this is what we've all just like, every young guy these days is watching these stupid, disgusting podcasts thinking, oh man, yeah, see, women just want a guy who's got 100K. They want a guy who's 6'1".
By the way, on Fresh and Fit, they specifically select women who do sex work. So I don't know who's getting the idea that these are average women. And one of the reasons why they select women who do sex work is because Myron is basically like Harvey Weinstein, and he tries to pressure women into having sex with him for like money and clout. So that's why they do that. And again, I don't think any sensible person watching Fresh and Fit is getting the idea that your average woman is a sex worker who just wants a guy who's rich.
And I can't believe so many guys haven't taken a step back to think, wait, these are degenerate, unintelligent women who are also being interviewed by degenerate, unintelligent men, disgusting men with herpes. Men who, like, literally, when they take a piss, their dick burns. This is like the content you're watching and what's building up the views of your mind of what women are actually like. It's, of course, not an accurate representation. Men who have been working so hard for years, for decades, still get cheated on and divorced because this isn't what most women actually truly value. This isn't what the feminine energy inside of a woman really values. Providing for her is just a very...
Well, that's just absolute bullshit. Men and women aren't like a monolith. So there are people who primarily care about money or looks. Like, again, these are just the women you want to avoid. It's not that I don't know, they're not being proper women or something. I don't even know what he's trying to explain here.
Very small part. I know that this seems crazy because everyone disagrees. Let me just tell you my opinion with this, and you can go out into the world and maybe a few years from now you'll remember this and think, fuck me, he was actually right. Holy fuck, why did no one else speak like that? Providing for a woman is only a very small part of it. The bigger part of it is the way that you love her. If billionaires are still getting divorced, then clearly working hard and making money doesn't make you safe, does it? So if there could be one kind of trait, one habit that we could get into that would make you absolutely bulletproof, that you could not get divorced or you could not get cheated on, what would it be? It wouldn't be working hard. It wouldn't be providing. It wouldn't be making money and, spending it on lavish things. It wouldn't even be like building the muscle and looking attractive. I am sure that the thing that you could do that would literally guarantee a beautiful, committed, faithful relationship for your entire life with her.
Well, again, a good strategy is to not flex your looks and your money when trying to get girls, and instead rely on your personality or like similar interests. Rather than taking Hamza's fucking Adonis course to build, a $3,000 per month business in 6 months or less guaranteed.
Is more of the spiritual side of things, spirituality. What this actually means in practical sense, it means that you learn what masculine energy really is. Because it's not about this cultural idea of working hard. It's not about the money. It's not about the big macho, here I am, I've got muscle, yes, I'll use a deep voice. It's not about that. Masculinity in the spiritual sense is consciousness. Masculinity is like presence.
So when dudes get drunk and get into bar fights, that's presence and masculine energy.
Here's your $3 back. It does look like a bear. Tefano should have consulted with the tattoo artist rather just have him ink it on. Bozo.
I don't know who came up with the idea, but yeah, his tattoos are fucking horrible. Some of the worst I've ever seen. Thanks for that donation, Vince Goodrum. Matthew, donated $2. It's the end of America as we know it. Let me see.
If, the talking heads, the pundits, the companies want to say that, if we strike, it can wreck the economy. It's not that we're going to wreck the economy. We're going to wreck their economy, the economy that only works for the billionaire class. It doesn't work for the working class.
Hell yeah.
Hear that, analysts? All right, UAW President Sean Fain.
Nearly 150,000 auto workers could go on strike as the auto worker union members essentially continue attempting to negotiate in good faith for a new worker contract. The negotiations, though, with the big three car companies have been failing so far. And
well, I'm glad that there's a lot of strikes coming and unions are putting the hammer down. So that's good. Thanks for the donation, Matthew.
I know that today is the day after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, but did you see this resurfaced clip of Trump bragging on the 9th of November 2001 that his building is now the tallest? How more evil can he be?
Really?
Landmark buildings down in the financial district, 40 Wall Street. Did you have any damage, or did you know what's happened down there?
Well, it was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest. And I just...
Donald, you have...
Wow. How many, was it 2,000 people that fucking died in 9/11? The worst attack on America since Pearl Harbor, and the only thing he can think about is bragging that his building is now the tallest. Holy shit. If that's not narcissism, I don't know what is. Thanks for that donation, Ben. I didn't know he said that.
Probably heard of some things about like mental health and Buddhism and this kind of mindset that we aren't the thinker. You've probably heard that before, right? So those thoughts that we have in our mind, people have a lot of mental health problems because they believe that they are those thoughts and they allow those thoughts to control their mind. But when you start to study like some mental health practices and spirituality, you start to realize that you're not actually the thinker. You're kind of like the consciousness behind the thinker that hears the thoughts, that feels the feelings. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does, right? Masculinity is...
none of this seems particularly masculine. This seems like some hippie, like, bullshit.
The pure consciousness. It does not change. It is just still. Feminine energy is everything else. It's everything that changes. Feminine energy is your thoughts. It's your emotions. It's literally the entire world.
Buddy, you're literally wearing fucking jewelry and you're talking about being masculine, and you're wearing a hat that says Adonis. Get the fuck over yourself.
Everything that you see out of your eyes, whether the shape of this water bottle, the way you see me, the fact that my chest can bounce up and down, what this woman says to you, your
gay,
your physical attraction to her, your erection when you think about her sexually, how she responds to you, her energy, the lust that she brings up. These are all feminine energy. It's the changing that you've heard before that, feminine energy is a lot more chaotic. It's like the ocean. Feminine energy is change. Masculine energy is stillness. The way to get to these deeper levels of love that no one online is talking about.
It's strange that he says this because, testosterone makes you more aggressive and it makes you take more risks. So, that's the reason why more men commit violent crime. That's why more men get addicted to drugs, take big financial risks. They're more likely to become poor or get super rich. I don't know what he means by this. Women are the ones who tend to make more safe, sound, rational decisions. So, when he uses terms like stillness and erratic, if you look up the, sum total decisions that women make versus the, sum total decisions that men make, that term stillness seems to, be more appropriately associated with women.
Is to achieve more of your stillness in life. Is to achieve more of this pure consciousness. And you want to know why no one's talking about this online? Why none of your favorite male influencers are talking about this?
I don't know, because it's too gay and stupid for them to talk about it?
Because they can't sell you a program about this.
Right, so this program you're selling, transform into a modern-day Adonis and build a $3,000 per month business in 6 months or less guaranteed. That doesn't cover stillness, consciousness. There's nothing about that in this program. Let's see. So it talks about how you can get away from playing video games, getting addicted to porn, social media. There's photos of dudes here flexing. Oh, mindset. Top 1% mindset. It's easy to beat 99% of men when you cultivate an Adonis mentality that places you within the top 1%, empowering you with the resilience, focus, and confidence to overcome any obstacle. So, I don't know, dude. It sounds like you've monetized this. Phase 5, scaling to $5,000 per month. This testosterone optimization, powerful network, YouTube video creation course, build a tribe, peak performance. What's funny is you see these client photos, they're all 14-year-old boys. They're the only ones that are stupid enough to buy into this with their parents' credit card. So, yeah, join today for just $4.99. Oh, really? Only $4.99? How about I invest this into cryptocurrency or something? I think I'd get more out of it. So, yeah, the only reason you don't see dudes online talking about this is because they can't monetize it, even though Hamza has found some way to monetize it. What a hypocrite. New donated $2. Aren't women more prone to depression? Yeah, they are. They're just less likely to actually successfully commit suicide. Do you think since women are prone to low moods, it makes having interest difficult? Possibly. I don't think that would account for it, though, because even men who are depressed have hobbies and interests. I suffer with depression and ADHD, and even though I do have hobbies, it's hard to maintain them and even be interested in most things. I don't think that really accounts for it. Thanks for the donation, though, New.
Hamza saying the word erection is likely the most effective birth control ever. Ew. It would immediately launch a 20-year-old chick into menopause, dry up all vaginas in a 10-mile radius, and boost pepper spray sales by 2,000%.
Yeah, probably. Maybe they should actually sell Hamza's YouTube videos as a birth control method. Thanks for the donation, Adam.
If they tell you that the reason why you're not getting girls is because you're not making money, they can sell you a program about making money. But when
they can sell you a program about making money, like how to build we've already gone over this, but yeah, he literally is selling a program that I believe is either a one-time payment of $4.99 or it's $4.99 per month, and he guarantees that you will be making thousands of dollars per month by taking this course.
The reason why you're struggling to deepen love with a woman is because of your presence, and the way to be more present is to, for example, like close off your fucking screens, meditate, sit in stillness, journal, do those slow mental health activities. Well, no one's really like profiting from that, are they? This is why almost no.
Apparently you are. Let me see. I don't know if this is $500 a month. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure this is like monthly, or maybe every few months. Might be like a 3-month service. Join now. Okay, so yeah. Today's payment is $4.99 for the membership, and then future payments are $99 per month. And there's probably an upsell in here. So usually with these courses, they'll say, oh, you get this bigger fee to actually sign up, but it's only $100 a month. But then he'll try to upsell you on some other course that's like, again, another $500 or some shit. And then you get access to like his like personal Discord or something. So yeah, speaking of,
no one online will be speaking about this stuff, and unfortunately the few like spiritual men who speak about this stuff, well, you can imagine like spiritual guys are so secure in themselves that they don't need to grow on social media. They don't need to like be there hopping from podcast to podcast, spreading like, oh yeah.
Yeah, so Hamza, we all know what happened. Your channel started stagnating, and you were getting demonetized by YouTube. So now you've started this fucking scam to just make more money. So fuck right off. You're not spiritual or anything. You just stopped making money on YouTube because the content you put out is bullshit and toxic and stupid. So now you're trying to convince idiot fucking kids to join your dumbass fucking program for $500 and then $100 a month so that you can still keep raking in the cash. This has nothing to do with spirituality. This is all about you making fucking money. And like, it's just baffling that he'd use this sort of verbiage about how I'm spiritual, I'm not interested in making money, you can't actually profit off of any of these ideas. And then he made a business profiting off of these fucking ideas. Fucking clown mode.
Women are like this, and women are men are like this. Yeah, women can't drive. But spiritual guys who are content with their lives don't have to do that kind of work, and so they don't pop off on social media.
So notice when he does these long pauses where he just stares at the camera like a deer in the headlights. That's him, his like slow ass brain thinking about what bullshit to say next, because he's too lazy to actually script out any of his videos. So he can't think on the spot. He needs 3 or 4 or 5 seconds to think, what's the next stupid thing I'm going to say? Oh, I've got an idea. Blah, 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 blah. Join my fucking course for $500. Give me money.
This is the way. And you're probably not going to take any action on this. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. But I would be interested if you just kind of kept this video, this message in mind, and hopefully within 6 months or 12 months or a few years from now, after you realize that you've just wasted a few years of your life following the advice of these degenerate, dirty men who've got herpes and like a burning dick.
This is coming from the same guy who makes videos bragging about having public sex in Mexico.
After you've wasted a few years of your life, hopefully you'll start to realize that actually the spiritual path was what you wanted all this time. And that is where the good women are at. I'm teaching a lot more of
yeah, the good women who avoid you, who you're not dating.
This stuff inside of my online community called Adonis School. There's a top link in the description. So if you want to learn how to attract a beautiful feminine woman in the no bullshit.
You know, I think he's missing just a few bracelets to look like a Persian scammer.
Real way, which isn't about all this material possession bullshit. That's what we've started teaching inside of Adonis School. Go click the top link in the description right now. You can watch this video as well if you want to. Do the hard work, especially when you don't
watch this video if you want to. This was 10 hours ago. He was too lazy to actually add the link.
You like it. Mwah.
Wow. Well, I think I've said everything that needs to be said there. If you want to get advice from a fucking virgin who is an idiot, who doesn't know anything about women or making money, and the only reason he made money was because he literally won the lottery on his stupid dumbass YouTube channel where 14-year-old kids who are desperate for female attention are willing to listen to a fucking virgin like this who knows nothing about girls. Yeah, that's Hamza.
If I was a 14-year-old boy again, I'd think he was a douchebag. This guy is a twig.
Oh yeah, massive, massive douchebag. If I went back in time to when I was like 15, or 14, or 9, or maybe 3 years old, I'd think that guy's an idiot and a douchebag. Thanks for the donation, Lord your God. Appreciate it. Let's see.
How old? Come to Twisted Oaks Bike Park, as there's loads of different trails here that we can give this thing its maiden voyage on. Here we go.
Would you be in favor of a positive enforcement firearm reduction effort? U.S. government asks citizens to turn in all their illegally acquired firearms in exchange for free education of any level. No. That is remarkably stupid. So people who legally own firearms are just going to hand their firearms in. So this is what happens, okay? When you have a disproportionate buyback program, this happened in a particular city, I think. A city had a buyback program where they were offering, I think, like $500 or $600 for any weapon. People were going out and buying those really cheap fucking high point pistols that are like $200, and then they're making is it High Point? No, wait, what's the firearm? Yeah, High Point. High Point. Yeah, they have these extremely cheap pistols. Where are they? Carbines, handguns. Yeah, they have like a $200 handgun, or I think it's maybe like 180. Might even be less. I think it was the C9. MSRP of 170. So people were going out and buying high points for $170 and then handing them into the police and making like a $500 fucking profit. So all that's going to happen is criminals are going to keep their guns because they need their guns and they're not interested in getting an education. And then you're just going to have college students or people who want to be students go out and buy a fucking high point and then bring it into the buyback program and then get free university. Like, it's stupid. Those sorts of buyback programs don't work. And buyback programs, period, are fucking stupid. Again, the only people who opt into buyback programs are people who either want to get rid of certain firearms that aren't worth shit, or they've inherited firearms, they don't have a license, and they just bring it into the police. It doesn't get guns off the streets that are being used to commit crimes. Thank you for the sub, Vega George Vegan Texas. Appreciate it. Jalen donated $2. I feel I have low testosterone. Should I take a test booster supplement? No, that's fucking stupid. Get your testosterone checked. If you have low testosterone, you can maybe try some lifestyle changes. So if you're overweight, losing weight can boost your testosterone. If you're under eating more can boost your testosterone. Just getting better sleep, better nutrition in general, more physical exercise, that can boost your testosterone. If you have any like nutrition deficiencies, again, alleviating that might boost your testosterone. But if you've exhausted those solutions and your testosterone's still low, the only way to have normal levels of testosterone is to take testosterone. Why the fuck would you spend like, what, $60, $70 on a test booster supplement that doesn't do jack shit when you could take testosterone for the same cost, if not even cheaper? Like, it's just stupid. Thanks for that donation though, Jalen. Appreciate it. Hope that helps. 9014 donators, react to them. All Lord Burger. Holy shit. Dude, Shane Hunt's strength is just fucking retarded. How the hell do you even do that? That is crazy. 220, is that, okay, it says 264, 2x5, 275, 1x4. That's insane. Yeah, holy shit. He's, behind the neck pressing, more than my 1 rep max for overhead press. That is nutty. That doesn't make any sense to me. Thanks for that donation, 9014.
Hi VG. Almost done with this deployment and still vegan. Just died at your Frank Tattoo video, Lamau.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny clip. I think I might clip the Hamza thing that I just did. But thanks for the donation, Fohammer. Appreciate it.
Hi hello you cool muchacho, check out my cycling training short on my vegan fitness etc channel broccoli.
This is not exciting, so I don't think I'm going to check that out, but thanks for the donation, Broccoli.
Oh my, oh, it's all over the place. Oh, I'm like, whoa. Oh my God! That's the best though. It makes you, it's like the perfect drift machine. Look at that slide out up the lip there. Now I know how it works. Let me approach it faster. Second try. Oh my God, it is all, I'm going sideways. That was full drifting, weren't it? Third go lucky. Sideways is the new forwards. Oh. It's fully drift machine though.
Dude, I'd be worried about running into a tree.
Foot down, dabbage. Oh no, I'm getting used to it now. There we go.
It's a pretty gnarly trail.
All over the place. Oh, it's so scary past trees. Yes. Oh. Wow. Oh my God, it's so nuts. Let's just at least get to the bottom of this trail from here so we can say we've completed it. Oh. Oh, cutties! That is by far the hardest bike I've ever ridden. It's like downhillers should use it to practice being in the wet, muddy conditions. You're just all over the place. When you turn, because it like
looking lean, still big as fuck.
Like
well,
that,
thank you.
You
Appreciate
just end
that.
up going completely a different.
Ever hear about Shane Hunt said to Greg? Yeah, he eventually ended up making an apology video. I think that's good. I like, he probably didn't mean anything by it, but in today's political climate with so much anti-Semitism, it was stupid of him to say that. But glad he apologized. The Gretsch shows donate $2, watch at 5:05. Let me see.
Okay, good technique.
Stop. No, that's awesome. So everything.
Sure, your forearms got bigger since your show, dude. You've been jacking off a lot?
Absolutely, on the daily. The problem is it's been a crusade against the basics.
Yeah, the trick is to make sure you use each arm evenly, not just favor one hand.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm fed up.
Yeah.
Because we know what works. And
Yeah.
pull-ups are not going away.
Yeah.
So when I see someone saying, look how strong I am, these are my 15 sloppy reps, I'm like, no, this is, you can't say that your back
Zero
isn't
reps.
going because of bad genetics.
Yeah,
It's bad form.
People talk shit about pull-ups and bent rows are precisely the people I've never.
Dude, after losing over 40 pounds, pull-ups are so fucking easy for me now. I can actually do them weighted. That is the latest physique update photo. Think I'm looking good. Starting to... It's hard to see in this photo because the lighting is very even. I was like right next to the window, but starting to get like the striations in the shoulders. So I'm looking good. I have other physique update photos on my OnlyFans too.
Did you know that there were earlier versions for Mandate for Leadership 2025 that the GOP wants for their fascist theocracy? They had one for when Trump and Reagan were president. Republicans are Nazis.
I don't think I know what you're talking about. I didn't look at the mandate thing.
But it's because I just finished reading all 900 pages of Project 2025's manifesto, their 900-page plan to overthrow the United States government. And oh my God, did you know that there was a Project 2016? Oh yeah, I'm about to drop y'all some late night horror and hope that it gets views because this bish is important. On the very last chapter of this frickin' thing, it's talking about how the Heritage Foundation got its start, and specifically this document, the Mandate for Leadership, which apparently was conceived in 1979 and first published in 1981. And it originally served as a conservative plan of action for the Reagan administration, providing much of the blueprint for the Reagan Revolution. And during Reagan's administration, he administered half of all of their policy recommendations. And they did it again in 2016. In fact, a lot of the stuff that we don't like Donald Trump for, they were Heritage Foundation all along. Soon after President Donald Trump was sworn in, his administration began to implement major parts of the 2016 mandate. After his first year in office, the administration had implemented 64% of its policy recommendations. And while I was reading through this massive document, I caught one little line that I almost scrolled past. It's about the death penalty. And it recommends that federally the death penalty be given for applicable crimes, including crimes involving violence and the essay of children, where normally capital punishment is reserved for murder. That sounds familiar, right? It's because Florida did it. And I have no sympathy for child abusers, but in this exact same document where that line is, just a few hundred pages before that, they compare transgender people to the essay of children and call for
Whoa, yeah, that's scary.
the prosecution of parents and physicians, saying that gender-affirming care of a minor child is child abuse. So yeah,
That is fucking crazy. They want to genocide trans people. That's absolutely fucking nuts. Please, Lord, humbly request your short presence on a Discord call about the gun thing I was talking about earlier. Something I want to clear up. After that, I'll go to bed. Sure, why not? We can do that. Do I have striations in my pee-pee? No, it's just veiny. I'll give you guys a free preview. Some of the physique updates on my OnlyFans. So that's the that's what I uploaded to OnlyFans today. My chest has gotten way fucking larger. And my shoulders too. I'm looking pretty goddamn wide. And so I haven't really lost any muscle. If anything, I've actually been gaining muscle while on this diet, which is kind of crazy because I'm like not eating anything. Alright, well, I opened up the Discord. What's taking the dude so long? I don't know if I'm debating anybody. Hey, are you the gun guy? Hello?
Oh, hello there, Richard.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Good.
Nice. So, yeah, we talked yesterday, but something else I would like to talk to you is about the property argument that I see you use against the crops death, though, right? So, I find it problematic. So I would like to, I guess, try to convince you to, change it or not use it anymore. Because, yeah. So to maybe first clear this up, you use it when someone say like, let's say you're a carrot farmer, rabbits come to your carrots, you justify killing them by saying, it's my property, and if we run the NTT dialogue tree there, you also okay killing, let's say, mentally disabled people if there is no way to remove them, and the only thing is to kill them, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if we follow that logic, then we can say if someone bought a whole forest, right? It was a public forest. He bought it from the government. Now that person can just shoot every animal inside that forest by saying it's my property now. Don't you see that as a problem there?
Could potentially be. So
Right.
what's your suggestion?
I mean, as we like vegan animal rights activists, we use various different counter arguments to the crop's death. Like usually I go with intentional and unintentional death. I found that
Well,
very
you're gonna use pesticides, so like at least with insects, it's gonna be intentional.
well. Yeah, you could, but I mean, personally, I don't see much issue killing insects because of the lack of sentient. So I don't really mind too much. I'm not saying it's a necessarily good thing, but definitely it's not as bad as killing deers, rabbits, and other, especially herbivorous animals, right?
Well, when people are talking specifically about incidental deaths using mechanized equipment, I point out that it's an incidental death, not that it's okay to do it because they're on your property. It's the pesticide part of that I use that argument.
Right. So when you use the property, in which context you using it?
So again, the property rights thing is with regards to you doing something like using pesticides.
Okay. So it's not about, like, if you were a carrot farmer, right, or something, and rabbits come and devour your carrots, then what you're gonna do, or how you justify killing the rabbits then?
Yeah, they would be attacking your property. So I don't know if they use pesticides or if the only method is to use poisons. I'm not sure.
In the rabbits scenario?
Yeah.
Or traps, I suppose. They may use traps to trap them.
I don't think
kill them like
so. There'd be way too many. So I don't know if they use, because with pesticides for birds, it's just something that makes it taste bad for the birds. It's got like a weird grape flavor to it, and birds don't like it. I don't know if they do a similar thing for rabbits. I have no idea.
I see. Okay, but still, don't you see that it's a bit inconsistent to use this argument? If someone told you, then
Not
if I bought
necessarily.
a whole piece of land.
Like the analogy you used would only really apply to, say, like new farmland that's being cleared out.
Well, it doesn't even need to be a farmer. Someone just wants to keep a forest, but wants to keep the forest without any animal inside. So that person going to shoot every animal inside that forest, because now it's his property.
I'm pretty sure even on private property there are regulations for hunting. So I don't think that's how that works.
I see.
Because like if a deer walks onto your lawn, you're not just able to shoot it. You'd still need a hunting license.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, because I thought about that situation, and I'm like, oh wait, maybe property as an argument is not that persuasive, but okay.
I think it is a pretty persuasive argument, and I haven't run into any issues with it so far. But I'm open to criticism, so.
Yeah, I mean, when we do the entity to humans, don't you think that's like a bite a bullet to bite if you just killing mentally disabled? No.
No, I wouldn't really call that a bullet. Again, if it's your property and the only way to stop like mentally disabled people from destroying it is to kill them, I don't see an issue with that. Like, I do believe you have a right to own property.
Because property is basically like a man-made concept, right? It doesn't exist in reality. It's just we create
I
it to
wouldn't say
just.
it's man-made. Like, animals will think things are theirs.
Okay, so let's say if, like in nature, if you go, let's say, you come first to a place, right? Then that place belongs to you. Like if you find a cave, but in that cave inside there were animals, then it will be wrong for you to just remove them to be in that cave because they come first. It's like similar to, I guess, if you go to a restaurant, first come, first serve, right? You understand that. You're like, okay, someone else gonna come before me. You're gonna
Yeah.
get served first. So it's
So,
similar to.
yeah, so when you're talking about displacing wildlife, it doesn't necessarily really harm them depending on how you go about it. So, say you remove bears from a cave, they can go find another cave. When it comes to displacing human beings, that's a little more complex because we've actually built quite a lot of things. There's infrastructure required for us to live, and displacing human beings is a much different thing than displacing animals.
So it's more about practical matter when it comes to those things. Like it's less.
To
It's
some
less easy
degree.
for us.
Like again, if you live outside and you're like a homeless person and you just, I don't know, you spend your nights on a park bench, it's not necessarily much to you if somebody tells you to move. There's a curfew in this park and you just sleep on a bench somewhere else, versus somebody telling you to get out of your home and find another home. Like, that's a big difference.
Right, it is. But like when it comes to animals, if the animals already exist in, let's say, this farmland, and then you go to cultivate your crops, and then you remove them, is that, like, from the perspective and from the of the animals, is that not wrong to just remove them from their
Not
area?
necessarily. There could possibly be benefits. So, reducing their habitat can be beneficial for them because it may actually drive out predators, and it can also control their population more effectively. So there's some species like deer that do overpopulate, and that's entirely because they have way too much unbroken territory. So if you were to split up their territory with farmland, they would end up reproducing less, and you wouldn't have these issues with overpopulation, and there'd also be less animals to actually prey upon them. So it's not that simple.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I have another dude who wants to get in the call, but if you want to talk some other time, just feel free to ask in the chat.
Sure, VG, sure. Okay, take care, mate.
All right, take care. Alrighty, hey dude, you're the gun guy. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, what's up?
Sup, so, yeah, I wrote a comment earlier about, firearms.
Okay.
Basically saying, like, what the fuck was it? So, right, reducing, enforcing firearm reduction in exchange for free education of any level. So I was trying to say, like, not exactly, turning them in for money, but maybe you give them some kind of, government document that shows that they conform to that after they turn in their firearms, and that they, sign something that legally binds them to being truthful with turning in all of their firearms. So any financial support wouldn't be going to them, but it would just be going directly to whatever educational system or institution they sign up for.
That's no different than money. So you're just going to get people who can't afford college buying a shitty $170 High Point, and then they get a $50,000 education paid for them. Like again, how would that take guns off the street? Like, do you think, some 15-year-old kid who's a gang member is going to want to get a college degree?
Sure. Well, okay. I don't think it would really take away guns off the street. It wouldn't be that effective. But
Yeah, then what's the point?
I thought basically, well, the people that have, these illegal firearms are probably going to be people that don't have education
No
and
one
shit.
no one who owns illegal firearms is going to want to go and get a college degree. And again, what's going to prevent them from getting another gun? So all they have to do is find. So all they have to do is find a shitty gun, hand it in, then assuming they want to get a college degree, maybe they will, and then they'll just go and get another gun.
Okay, well, at that point, they have an option to get an education, and money isn't a problem. And it's for people that
I don't know, like, if you admit this is not going to do anything to get guns off the street, why wouldn't you just make education free?
Well, I admit it wouldn't do a lot, but it would reduce it
No, it
to
wouldn't.
some extent.
No,
I don't
it
think
would not do
everybody
anything. It would do literally
I don't
zero.
think everybody would engage with this rule in bad faith and just buy some
Everybody
cheap
would.
gun and turn it in.
Everybody would. If you've ever seen...
What if there was a...
Absolutely,
what if
everybody
there-
would. So you can look at the buyback program in Australia. Only about 30% of gun owners opted into the buyback program, and that made no difference to actual violent crime involving a firearm. So the people who handed in these guns in the buyback program, they were people who had shitty guns in their possession, so like cheap pieces of crap that maybe cost $100, and then they handed it into the buyback program so they could get like $300 or $400. Or they're people who had no interest in firearms and they had a relative that died and they inherited their estate, including their firearms. Those are the people who opt into buyback programs. Criminals do not opt into buyback programs, like, unless, again, you do have some stupid buyback programs in the States where cities, some like, dumbass fucking liberal mayor might have this harebrained idea. Oh, let's give people $600 for the buyback program. Every criminal will hand in their guns. Well, no, what they'll do is they'll get shitty fucking High Points, or they'll find handmade firearms that were literally, made in like a shed somewhere. And then they'll get $600 when they made an investment that was maybe like $50 to $200. And they'll get $600 back, so they make like a $400 or more profit. That's what happens. Buyback programs do nothing. They only cost the taxpayer.
I agree there's flaws. I don't think it does nothing.
It does nothing. You can look at the stats. Every time anywhere has committed a buyback program, you will not see it have any effect on violent crime. None whatsoever.
Okay, what about in terms of free education, right? Does free education maybe reduce crime rate?
Probably not. Like again, the reason probably not. Again, I don't see people who are interested in organized crime like choosing to just go to college instead. Probably not. Maybe it will over time because you see more people having access to education and maybe having opportunities aside from crime, but probably not.
That's right. So, I mean, to me, it seemed like, and this would all be, financed by taking away some shit from the military budget. So, I feel like, all around, it would have some positive effect.
You actually wouldn't need to take away money from the military budget. It would basically pay for itself. So the extra income that people get from getting a useful education from college would just generate more tax revenue in the future. So you wouldn't even it pays
Okay.
for itself.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. Anyway. So you think it would overall be an issue for everybody if something like that were to happen?
A buyback program?
No, not buyback program. What I'm saying, which is
Free
that,
education?
you know,
Yeah, free education would be great.
free education in exchange for illegally
No.
acquired
That is
firearms.
just stupid. That would do nothing.
Okay,
You
wait,
might
no,
as well
no.
just have free education, because everybody's just going to go out and buy a High Point, file off the fucking serial number, and say, "Here,
Dude,
it's illegal."
dude, when you say everybody, that's just bullshit.
Everybody would.
Because you
Everybody
can't
would.
say
Okay.
everybody.
Even if you come,
100% of the people would.
wait. If you come from a well-to-do household, let's say your your total family income is 200,000, you're looking at an education that costs $50,000. Why the fuck wouldn't you buy a $170 piece of shit High Point pistol, file off the serial number, hand it in, and then get a free $50,000 education? Why the fuck wouldn't you? Please
Okay, so
explain why.
Sure. So what I wanted to do in terms of enforcing this positively is whoever engages in this has to sign some kind of form, okay, that says if you do not turn in all your firearms and, for whatever reason there's suspicion that you still have firearms with you after engaging in this thing, you're legally binded to this
What would that
contract, and
do?
if it's,
What
well,
the
if it's
fuck would
violated,
that
then
do?
there's punishment. So, something to
There's no punishment. All you have to do is get one shitty High Point pistol that only costs $170 new. Could maybe even find one used for cheaper. And then you
No.
file down the serial
Okay,
number,
wait, I
hand
don't
it in,
think you're
and then you get a
understanding what
free
I'm saying.
education.
Let me try and repeat. So these
By the
you're
way,
trying to
having
be in an agreement.
firearms that are illegal is illegal anyway. So you're going to sign a document saying if you're in illegal possession of firearms again, we're going to charge you for it? So it's like extra illegal?
Yes.
None of this makes any sense. You might as well just make education free. Buddy,
Extra illegal.
if anybody had this stupid idea, High Point pistol sales would go through the fucking roof.
High Point pistol. Okay, well, okay. I don't know what to think about that. But anyway, free education, I guess I'll stick with that.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah, anyway, thanks for the chat.
Yeah, no problem,
I'm
dude.
gonna head to bed now.
All right, take care.
Have a good stream.
Sweet dreams.
Take care.
Take care. Let's see. Dodo Night Tellers, can you react to another cringe Sigma? Read comments. I will take a look at that in just a moment. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Dodo donated another $2. The U.S. Senate is doing a closed-door hearing on AI to basically educate senators on AI and how they could or should regulate it, or if they should at all. And harebrained Elon Musk is one of the keynote people in the room who will be informing them. You can tell they have no clue what the fuck they're doing. That is so stupid. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. Oh my god. That is insanely retarded. Forgot my namification, donate $2. Is this program good for one day noob? What should be added? What should be changed? Muscle and strength. Yeah, this is stupid, dude. Just so first of all, this isn't a program. Follow starting strength. This is just dumb. So they have you doing dumbbell movements rather than barbell movements. That's kind of stupid for a fucking beginner. Machine pec deck, leg extension, leg curl. You should just be doing more volume with barbell lifts rather than these machines at the start. Just follow starting strength. A lot of this doesn't make any sense. There's also usually 4 or 5 reps a set for 10 reps, which is overkill as fuck for a beginner. Like, yeah, it's just a stupid program. Whoever wrote that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Oh yeah, and bend over.
Is the Joker a socialist? It would make more sense to me now on why he hates Batman and many other billionaires and millionaires lol.
He's definitely not.
Rich to pay for all this? Are you like a socialist? I'm not like a socialist. I am a socialist.
I don't know what the hell that's from. If anything, he's more of a anarchist, but he is definitely not a socialist. Thanks for that donation. Forgot my notification. Because the way he runs his criminal enterprise is not in a socialist manner. He runs it as a normal business where, like, what he says goes. So if he was a socialist, he'd basically create bureaucratic steps where people within his criminal organization could vote on things. So no. I think that's just a joke. You know, because Americans are terrified of socialism. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. His mic is just muted. Oh, there he is. There he goes.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
So,
I don't know if you remember my account. A different person was talking to you about abortion on my account. But I wanted to talk to you about Name the Trait.
Okay.
I think that when in like I was in Ask Yourself Discord a while back, and they were telling me that they're basically running me down the dialogue tree, and thinking about it, do you think that when people when you say that like you bring up, like, someone brings up intelligence, and then they say, oh, what about a retard, and they say no, and then you say that they contradicted themselves, do you think that maybe they value more than intelligence, and they just can't like they can't think of it on the spot? They have like multiple values that distinguishes
is
animals
possible.
from.
Well, that is possible, and you could lead them down to just naming other traits, but usually what it is it's motivated reasoning. So they'll say, oh, it's intelligence, then when you run the reductio, and then they realize that it leads to a contradiction, they don't care. They just have motivated reasoning. Like, what they're really trying to say is, I don't give a shit either way, I just want to eat animals, but they don't want to admit that, obviously.
Yeah, but do you think the fact that they're eating animals indicates something about their values that isn't contradictory? Because if it was, like, how would they be doing it?
Well, possibly that might not be contradictory. They might only care about themselves, but since you're asking them to name a trait, you have to assume they're, putting some kind of effort into justifying their actions. But again, when you show the contradiction and they just don't care, clearly they don't really value intelligence specifically, and what they value is themselves, and they're just selfish pieces of shit.
Yeah. It seems like they're never gonna go vegan based on the name the trait thing, so they're just trying to come up with excuses or reasons.
Yeah.
And the reasons that they might give might not actually be the reasons that they're actually eating meat for.
Yeah, the only thing you can do is just lead them to admit there's other traits involved, or, like, again, if they're not gonna do that after you lead them, then just end the debate. They're stupid, they won't acknowledge a contradiction, and then that's that.
Okay. All right.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Okay. Beta says leopard will kill me. A leopard will kill me. You found another... Well, that's a baby. And it's clearly raised in captivity. Why is there a fucking Sigma, like, bullshit red pill channel? Well, I guess I know why. A lot of these people are, like, Putin fanboys. Fucking weird, dude. Thanks for the donation, though. Dodo. I think that was Dodo who sent me that. Forgot my notification. This one, let me see. Yes, that is the one, starting strength. You can just find the whole book in a PDF form online. This isn't the whole protocol.
James Webb Space Telescope detected dimethyl sulfide on planet Kepler 2-18b, 110 light-years away. A molecule only produced by biological life. Read the article.
That's interesting. I'll read that on my spare time, but that is fascinating. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
KVG, the physique post on Instagram was underwhelming, but the sneak peek you just gave was very impressive. The front shot gives a better representation of how wide you are and also the great chest development. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Majin Buu. Appreciate the donation, dude. Do I have permission to make Sigma edits of you? Yeah, sure. You can use my content, don't care. As long as you're used... You can use my content for whatever you want. You can re-upload it. You can criticize me. I'm fine with that. But what I don't like people using my content for is when they take me out of context to make it seem like I'm saying something else, like that one fucking jackass who got his channel banned. He was trying to make it seem as though I was supporting pedophilia, like stuff like that. I would be pushed to ban you or do a copyright claim. But anything else is fine. Don't care if you criticize me, talk shit, but that's a line too far. Dominique Lopez, $20. How did you arrive at deontology? It's the way I think. It makes more sense to me. I care more about rights than just outcomes, period. Thanks for the donation, though, Dominique.
So the WASDE report came out today. That's the World Agricultural Supply Demand Estimate. And somehow they misplaced 1 million acres of corn. So corn prices are coming down today. Not entirely sure how you miss an entire 1 million acres, but this keeps happening in their assessments. And I'm not usually that conspiratorial when it comes to these reports, but it seems odd to me that right now, while we are experiencing some of the highest feeder prices and cattle prices getting as high as they are, that somehow magically we're finding all of this grain and our exports keep getting hurt. I don't know. I'm going to keep my eye on this one, but something just isn't adding up because like
okay,
now
wait a
they're
second. So
projecting
be more specific here. Walk me through this a little bit. So when you say that they're missing 1 million acres of corn?
So the WASDE report is like the big monthly report the USDA puts out on their projected estimates for the production, not just in the U.S., but globally. In the United States, though, they're usually pretty accurate. And at this point, we already have an assessment where we're at. Last month, they said we were at 96 million acres of corn. Now they're saying we're at over 97 million, which means they found another million somewhere. And it is possible that there were just some papers that weren't filed. But I am highly suspicious that there was over 1 million acres unaccounted for. It just doesn't seem possible to me. Just
so
with how late we are in the season, and they use satellites, like they should have seen this.
So when there is a, plus 1% undercounting of our corn supply, essentially, or anticipated corn supply. Prices on corn goes up. That gets passed down through the system. I should say prices on corn futures goes up. That gets passed down through the system. And then
the prices is going down because the supply is expected.
well, the
to
price is
decline
going
from
down now, but last month, do the prices go up a little bit, and then people are trying to make off that
They
delta?
No, last month they were also down a little bit. We've been trending down since about midsummer because.
So what is
they
the
keep
conspiracy,
projecting that
though?
The crop is good.
So what is the conspiracy?
The cost for livestock is reaching an all-time high. So my thought process on this is that since the dairy industry and the meat packing industry, both industries that are highly impacted by high costs of inputs like corn, are maybe having a few of their buddies in an accounting firm, find some extra acres somewhere, and then, the price comes down, and then, the feedlots can't charge as much because their input costs are not as high. It just seems suspicious to me that while food prices for things like meat is going up as it is, and now all of a sudden they're finding corn at an unusual time. Like, we don't normally find this much corn this late in the season. We usually have it figured out by now, which is why I'm a little suspicious of it.
Interesting.
Meat conspiracy.
Also,
Fascinating. Ooga booga, poopy doopy, schmoopy whoopy doopy doop. That Hamza video was tar dead. What should we do? Kind of tired. Not really in the mood to play games. I also hurt my knee. I should probably try to keep it straight. I think... Yeah, I think I might end the stream right now. I do want to get up early and shit. So, I'll try my best to have an earlier stream tomorrow, but there keeps being extenuating circumstances. That's why the stream was late again. But, I'll try streaming at around 8 tomorrow night, if not earlier. I'll try my best. No guarantees. But hope you had fun. Big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Sweet dreams.